Short-term influences have had increased significance. So this includes leaders, candidates, issues, accountability, strategic voting, and economic conditions. So leaders. So party leaders are constantly changing. They are, but they're constantly becoming more important in affecting voting. Party leaders are subject to change, but people will often attribute their vote to the characteristics of the person who's a party leader and their effect on voters. So how they are as a person or how they may seem or come off might just influence someone to vote for them. I mean, a lot of people voted for Justin Trudeau simply because he's cute, he's good looking, and he looks young. Candidates in an electoral district. This is similar to party leaders, but on the local level, that if the candidates within the district are able to win people over by their charisma and their character, people might just vote for those candidates because they have such a character that resonates within them, and then that helps to vote for the party and advance the party forward. And especially with how much they communicate, how willing and determined and committed they are to dealing with issues within the neighborhood and understanding the people within the neighborhood. Issues. Valence issues are when contending parties all talk about addressing a certain issue, but how they go about it varies. So this is looking at who's more competent to deal with the issue. The fact of the matter is they're all addressing the issue. So now what people look at is who's more competent to deal with the issue. That has become very important, considering that in most campaigns, parties do talk to the general public and people voice their issues and concerns, and then they think about how they're going to go about those issues. So every party will kind of change about how they're going to go about issues, and issues are always subject to change. There are main ones that will reoccur, but depending about how they go about the issues that the general public has voiced within that campaign and election is what draws people to choose for certain things and their competency with those issues. Accountability. People will often associate platforms with how the probability of them getting stuff done and actually delivering their promises. So that might be looking at their platform, seeing the decisions that they choose to make and how practical they are. Voters' evaluations of the Liberal performance had a significant effect on their electoral choice. The Liberal government did complete most of their plan. They still missed out some things, and this does influence voters. Not only that, but when Harper's government was in effect, people looked at what they were doing and how they were doing it, and they did not like that. So holding a government party will be difficult if voters are not comfortable for voting for an alternative party. Strategic voting. Now these days, if the social or the political climate seems as if there's only one big evil or one big party that everyone has to avoid, people are more or less likely to vote for a party that is more likely to win than who they actually want to vote for. So the current party that is in power can benefit off of this by persuading people to vote for them to avoid the opposing party. And this always happens with liberals and conservatives. So this causes people to just vote for the popularity and the lesser evil more than what they actually believe in economic conditions. So if a current party is doing well when the economy, a current party tends to do well when the economy is performing well, because that reflects on their behavior as what they have done to contribute to the present economy. However, if the economy is faltering, then that might impact what someone votes for, saying, well, this current party is in reign in our economy, looks like so. So depending on the current condition of the economy and the party that is in power right now with the current economy, that will impact who people vote for. So then this also has to do with how voters perceive the capabilities of parties to manage the economy and deal with economic problems. This can be through incumbent parties who have already done so and previous parties in the past, along with their plans as to how they're going to go about it.